This is my path, my journey. I'm willing to explain it all to you guys. No holding back anything. I just hope you're ready for the experience, and I just hope you can handle it.
Disclaimer. This video was intended for an adult audience only. Viewer discretion is advised. Anything you see in this video, do not attempt to recreate. This video was created for documentation purposes only. Our purpose is education. We are not justifying or glamorizing using substances. What we are doing is educating people on the substances that we have used and what it has done for us. Do not recreate or do not redo the substances we have done just because we talk about it.
What's going on, guys? And yeah, I'm sitting on my bed, and I just figured I'd sit down real quick, just to talk to you guys. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about this idea that just came to my head. So, I was thinking about how the evolution of the world is happening, right? So, I was researching, this was a while ago, I don't even know why I was thinking about it, but a while ago I was researching near-death experiences, and my near-death experiences ended up mixing, like, with researching near-death experiences, also researching people who remember who they were in a past life. Like, there are people that remember, like kids, there are kids that remember who they were in a past life. Now, a few of these kids, I was thinking to myself, because this is back when I was a little more skeptical. So I was a little more skeptical on what I thought and what I believed. So, I feel like the children, some of them might have been like, I don't know, actors or something. I don't know. I was just trying to find holes in their story, because to me it was like, well, I don't really remember my past lives until I was, ended up doing psychedelics, mainly DMT. But then also salvia as well. Salvia, there was an experience with salvia that I had. But I feel like, and I'll explain those experiences more in detail another time, but past lives really intrigued me back, at one time. So I don't know why I was just thinking about this, but I was thinking about how basically I remember researching these things. I remember these kids talk about it. I've experienced things. I've heard people talk about it. I have friends that have experienced things and remember some of their past life experiences either with psychedelics or either with dreams. Now, I feel like with the evolution of technology, I feel like technology is here for a reason, right? We're here for a reason. Mother Nature, I feel like, is just finding new ways to create things. I have this theory. I have this thing called theory series, and it's technically a hypothesis, but it's basically saying that the creation can create. Like, it's basically like the creations can create creations, and very complicated thing to say, but I really think that the technology itself is just a tool, just like we are just instruments of the universe. And it all goes back to another theory that I had about, when I was talking about free will. Like, do we really have free will, or is it the isness? Are we puppets of the isness? And I was thinking to myself how technology, social media, all this shit documents things. Like, I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk talk about, I think he said, I might be wrong on the first age, but I know I'm right. I think he said either 7 or 9 or 12 or whatever ages, I guess I'll just say ages 9 to 22. He was talking about that basically these kids all want to be social media influencers. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they want to do. This is the new, like, I don't know, at one point when I was a kid, everyone wanted to be a rapper. Everyone wanted to be a rapper. Everyone. That was the thing when I was a kid. And, so I can see that things are changing. But I was just thinking about how, because everyone's going to be on social media, right? What if social media, what if all this technology is, once again, the isness, Mother Nature, the consciousness of Mother Nature, or the consciousness of the universe, something, setting the game up for itself, setting little hints down the road, like, to help us remember. You know, these kids that talk about their past lives, what if these kids had social media to go through? Some of these kids remember who they were. Like, I remember this one kid talk about how he was a fighter pilot guy, and I was just thinking that, well, what if this fighter pilot guy had social media? What if he remembered who he was, what if he could go through all of his social media, that guy that he remembered who he was, go through all of that social media, then you literally remember who you were as a whole. And I think that might be a little something that Mother Nature has designed. And it's like, we are the hands of Mother Nature. I've said that before, but I literally think that we are just the hands of Mother Nature. So I literally think that as people are getting scared of technology, it's because the ego is controlling this shit. It's like the intentions of all this shit, I feel like on Mother Nature's scale, because humans have different intentions than Mother Nature herself, or the Creator himself, or herself, or itself, the isness. I feel like there are two intentions, and our intentions are usually based on greed and selfishness, and, you know, based on materialism, and based on comfortability, and based on a lot of these other things. Well, I feel like the intention, and some people have deep intentions of trying to change the world, of trying to literally balance, you know, the world out, and I feel like, with those intentions, those are getting closer to the intentions of, I feel like, the universe. I feel like the universe's intentions of all this, you know, is, you know, so many people demonize, I guess, let me go back. So many people demonize, and sorry that this talk is a little everywhere. It's hard to get this fucking out of my head, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's one of those theories that it's like, you either get it out or you lose it, because I don't write anything down for a video. I don't do anything. All I know when I started this video is I had a theory about, I just was thinking, you know, basically about, you know, the fucking technology and how a lot of people demonize technology. A lot of people think it's like the devil. A lot of people think it's bad. Nothing is bad. Nothing is good. That's a human perspective. And I think that everything is just a tool. Everything can be used as a tool. And what if the internet, technology, social media, possibly blockchain, what if all this is really so, as humans keep recycling back and forth from the light dimension to the third dimension, back and forth from the, you know, just back and forth, with rebirth and death, what if, as time goes on, we'll be able to remember, if you can just remember your name and what you kind of did, if you could find your social media sites, then you would be able to remember who you are as a whole. And you could do that for every past life. As long as social media exists. But right now, as a whole, social media is being used for the wrong things. I feel like a lot of people use social media in the wrong way. It is a tool, and you can use a hammer in the wrong way, just like you can use a chainsaw in the wrong way, just like you can use whatever. But when it comes to social media, I feel like it's more like a chainsaw than a hammer. Mainly because I feel like it's more dangerous on human psychology, but it's also really good for human psychology because, you know, chainsaws, Jesus, they just help cut things so much easier than if you were to cut some other, you know, with other ways, with a saw, with a regular saw. It's just, you know what I mean, it's a lot easier. But it's a lot more dangerous. And I feel like it's that old fucking Spider-Man saying, but with great power comes great responsibility, as I think I forget his name, Uncle Ben or something like that, I don't know, once said. But I think that with this technology, the spiritual psyche can possibly remember more. there are some things where it's like, I also feel like if you dive deep with psychedelics, like if you begin to understand the spirit realm through psychedelic travel, then I feel like you will begin to understand reality as a whole, and then maybe in the afterlife your psyche won't shatter when the experience hits, when you break through forever, because it's never forever what is forever. But so you break through, and then you're there, and then you don't freak the fuck out. So then maybe you can, when you reincarnate, or if you choose to reincarnate, then I feel like you can, do, remember more. And then with social media, you can remember even more. And it can just be an amazing tool to use, that consciousness can use to remember itself. And I remember I once said that the internet is the physical manifestation of the collective consciousness. And I really believe that. I really believe that the internet is like the creator creating another universe. Like, we're creating another what we are, what we're in. When we start using quantum computers, then holy shit, it's going to be insane. We're basically, what about a quantum internet? What about connecting blockchain up with a quantum computer? And holy fuck, you got a goddamn whatever. But I just think where humans are going is to become light beings on Earth, to become fifth dimensional beings here on planet Earth. And there are little tools and little steps that we have to get there. Now, humans are such impatient people, such impatient creatures, that we don't have patience for anything. So while the universe and while Mother Nature is thinking millions of years in advance, we're only thinking what we want either right now, or we're only thinking what we want, so much in the future, as in success, money, whatever. Like, a lot of people fucking chase money, and instead of chasing money, we should be chasing consciousness. Instead of chasing money, we should be chasing fulfillment, to be fulfilled, to help other people feel fulfilled. And when you're fulfilled, overflow your cup so you can, give some to others. Like, I really think that. And I really believe that. Now, I really think that this technology can be used for good or bad. The issue is who's in charge of it right now. Who's in charge of technology is basically the military, basically. And that's an issue. We need to get rid of that. Once we get rid of that, right, we'll be able to fix a lot of the problems we have, when the main intention is no longer to militarize things, but to help human growth, to help us grow, to help us move forward, to help us keep pushing. I really think that in order to keep pushing, we're going to need to leave little steps and little breadcrumbs for us along the way, along the path. The path isn't my human life. The path isn't your human life. The path is all of your human lives, and the path is all of my human lives, and all of our human lives, and all of the animals' lives, and all of the plants' lives, and all of everything. Now, I think that I really, somebody just messaged me, but I really think that with the evolution of this technology, we can use these as tools to help us along the millions of years to come, when we have to go to Mars, terraform Mars. But deeper than that, we can possibly terraform Mars, possibly, there's many ways to do it, right? What if we just create a dome, use that dome to dig under the Earth, under in Mars, and I don't know, I was researching the hollow Earth theory, and not to get off topic, but it's kind of on topic, because it's like, I feel like these are all little tools that we'll need, and this is why we're creating these little tools, to remember what we're doing, to remember why we're here. Humans are creating a bunch of shit, but we don't know why. We're creating a bunch of art, we don't know why. We're creating a bunch of technology, we don't know why. We think that it's for this, but really we don't realize what it could do for the human race. And it's like, even, you know, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and I don't think these people realize what they have done. I don't think they realize what they're doing. Same thing with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a great mind, though. Great mind. He has great intentions. I think a lot of the other people don't really have good intentions. I think, you know, I think a lot of people's intentions are to just make money, and it's like, fuck money. We need to help the human race move on. We need to help the human race evolve. We need to help us all. We need to become one. We need to, you know, that's why I love technology, the internet, you know, because it really does help us become one. It really does help connect us. It helps us be. And I think that it's going to help us be in the next life and the next life after that, because if I end up coming back to Earth after, you know, this experience, then I will find a way, and this is me trying to, you know, whatever, but I will find a way to try to watch my videos, to try to watch my social media, to try to watch my things, because it'll be awesome that if I did remember, it'd be much easier to just watch the videos, and then you'd actually remember who you are as a whole. You know, there's a lot of, yeah. I think that there's a lot going on in the world that we don't understand, and I think that most people judge it as crazy before they hear it, before they see it. They just see it, and they're like, yo, fuck that, that's crazy. They don't really want to take it in and analyze it, and I think that, you know, that's why Elon Musk gets hated on by a lot of people, but that's why he's loved by a lot of people, because Elon Musk is pushing the boundaries too. But he's pushing the boundaries, he's a lot more legit. You know, I don't have credentials, I don't have degrees, I don't have any of that shit. The only degree I have is the fact that I've been on this psychedelic path since I was 20 years old, and I'm now 24, almost 25. And, you know, so I really think that, you know, maybe, you know, that I'm almost have my master's. In 6 years I'll have my master's degrees in psychedelic, you know, exploration. Some people have degrees in psychedelic research, but have never even done that. You know, and this is what I mean by these ideas, the way that I think, a lot of it came from my experiences. You know, it's like these experiences download you with knowledge. And a lot of people don't understand what I mean by download you with knowledge. You are a quantum computer. That's why this shit is crazy that we're working on quantum computers and shit. And, you know, that's why I think all of this is just the isness trying to speak. It's trying to, the reality of what is trying to break through every single dimension. It's broken, I feel like it's broken through all the other dimensions besides the third dimension. And reality is a lot more crazier than humans will ever fathom to imagine. And we can't comprehend right now in the state that we're in. But in the next 100, 200 years, I think that we will. Because in the next 100, 200 years, it's going to be absolutely different. Things are going to be completely different. The human mind will have a forced evolution because of technology, because of AI, because of virtual reality, because of all these things. That's a forced evolution. That is basically the psychedelic experience, breaking through technology, breaking through these things, because it has no choice at this point, I feel like. Now, a lot of people think that it's separate, that it's like technology and you know, the psychedelics, and they're separate. I think they're very similar, mainly because it might be separate as in male consciousness and female consciousness. But I feel like in order to understand reality, we need to balance them in a yin and yang, and that's what we need to do. Right now, the technology is being created, driven, or basically being mass-produced and driven on greed and power. What we need to be making these things on is love, connection, advancement. We need to be thinking on a much bigger scale about what we are doing, what we are creating. We could be creating the monster that kills us, or we could be creating the hero that saves us. This technology could go both ways. It's all on our intention. So we have to make sure our intentions are good. Because if our intentions aren't good, neither will what the technology will do. You know, the technology right now can't really do anything besides what we program it to do. But at one point, maybe it will. At one point, maybe it'll be like, okay, you humans are fucking stupid. Why the fuck do you use plastic? Why the fuck do you use this? Why the fuck do you use that? You know, it's going to be like, well, why do you use all these things that destroy you in the end? Like, why don't you just, you know, fix this? And it's the same issue, like, if we're going to terraform other planets and remember who we are as a species and keep remembering, like, our past lives, you know, through the social media sites and through the technology, and we're just going to always remember what is, if that is going to be, then we can't continue with the behavior that we have. We can't go to Mars, polluting Mars with a bunch of plastic as well. We can't be doing this shit. So, yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone.